Hello everybody. This time I would like to do a tutorial which I already did in MODO, just to see if it is more or less the same in Blender. So I select this and delete. Then I go to front orthographic view and Shift A, add a plane. And you see the plane is horizontal, but we have the possibility to align it to view. If you change rotation, position or scale in object mode, you might have to apply this later when you experience strange behavior. I will show this. Okay, now I tap to edit mode, then I right click and subdivide this 6 or 7 times. 8 times. I subdivided 8 times. And if I dissolve these faces now, then the vertices will stay. And I show you there are other ways of making perfect holes, but I probably show you a new one this time. That was wrong. So X, I dissolve the faces and you see the vertices stay. Okay, now I go to polygon or face mode, right click and press poke faces. This is similar to the make spiky function in MODO. Now I select these edges and dissolve them, and you see we have lost these outer vertices, so Ctrl Z, and we can do the same trick as you can do in MODO 2. Right click and rotate edge clockwise, and now we can dissolve the edges and these vertices stay where they belong. Now I select the middle vertex, then Q with our quick favorites, bevel vertices, bevel this out to about here. Then right click, loop tools, circle, and we have a perfect circle. I go back to face mode and X, delete this middle face. Now pardon me. Now I go to the modifier tab and add an array modifier. You see we have a lot of modifiers, and the good thing in Blender is they are all procedural as long as they are not applied. So you have the possibility to change things later on, but sometimes we have to apply the modifiers, otherwise it doesn't work. The default orientation is along the x-axis, the red one, and I make a count of 16 and press the merge key. Now we have to apply this, so we get editable geometry, but you can only apply a modifier in object mode. So apply, go back to edit mode, and now we have a strip with perfect round holes. Next, I add another modifier. It's a simple deform modifier, and I want to deform it around the z-axis, and I want to bend it. And this is what I meant if we have changed the rotation of an object in object mode, then things might behave a little funny. If you get this experience, the easiest way is to go back to object mode, select the object tab here, and apply location, rotation and scale. And now you see we have a rotation around X as we wanted to have. So I can bend this by 360 degrees and apply this. Go back to edit mode, select everything with the A key, and then quick favorites, merge by distance, and it has merged 10 vertices. The next thing is we must put this in the middle for a later step. So what you see here, this red-white cursor, it's the 3D cursor, and this is a very powerful and important thing in Blender once you get the hang of it, and I hope we talk about this a bit later. So let's Shift S, which is the shortcut, and then selection to cursor with keep offset, otherwise everything disappears. So Shift S, selection to cursor, keep offset, and now it's exactly in the middle. Now we can tap back to object mode and add sorry, a solidify modifier, which is exactly the same as the thicken tool in MODO. And here you can tell on which side you want to thicken. And what you can see now is that the inner circle is not a circle anymore, it's an oval. By the way, the same also happens in MODO. And I used a pretty complicated method in MODO. Maybe with today's newer MODOs it's easier with some other method, but it's definitely very easy in here in Blender. I apply this to get editable geometry, go back to edit mode, select this with Alt left click on one of the edges here. I select the entire inner loop, then Control plus twice and Control minus once, and then Control I to invert the selection and X to delete the faces. Now we have one such segment left, and you see here it is not round, and since we want to make perfect holes, I select this edge here, Alt left click, and then right click, go to loop tools and make a circle, and go back to front view to get the exact view, then scale this and shift scale it until it matches. Now, maybe that's a good point here also. If your object all of a sudden disappears to you don't know where, then just press the home key and it comes back in the middle of the screen. Okay, now I go to top view by hitting numpad 7, and then I select everything and use this spin tool and click on one of the plus signs here, and the angle must be 360, and I want to duplicate my geometry, and we need 16 steps. And now I can disable the spin tool and select everything, and you see here this is double geometry because I used 16 and not 15 and a strange angel, so it's much easier to remove the doubles because we have others which we have to remove anyway. So A to select everything, Q for the quick favorites, and merge by distance, and you see we have merged 456 vertices. Okay, we're almost done, just a little thing is left. Q again, select sharp edges, or here select sharp edges, and then Control B for bevel, and Shift bevel this a tiny bit, and I want to have 2 segments and a profile of 1, which is exactly the same as the sharp bevel option in MODO. Okay, now we're done. We have a bent surface and we have perfect holes in it. I tap to the object mode, right click and go to Shade Smooth and assign a matte cap here. So matte cap, and maybe this one. If I don't want to see all this stuff, I can click on this icon and all the X and Y axis lines disappear. So that's it. That was pretty easy to do in Blender, and it looks exactly the same as it did in MODO. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you another time. Bye bye.